of Fire Country, Friday, October 18th, part of CBS Premiere Week on CBS.
One more day of hot fun in the summertime this weekend, then we fall into autumn. I'll tell you what you can expect in the forecast. Live from downtown Marquette, it's your 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, Kamala Harris makes a campaign stop in Wisconsin while Trump raises money in Florida. We'll have the latest on the presidential election. Plus, the state announces more funding to combat homelessness in Michigan. We'll tell you where the $600,000 is going. And we're continuing our coverage of the Ice Fishing and Hunting Expo happening at the UP State Fairgrounds. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Well, we know that our own Mike Ludlam got pretty wet earlier today at a soccer game. Is there any chance more rain is on the way?
I mean, the good news is he didn't melt, and I also did mention that we were going to see some showers on our Friday. As far as this evening goes, though, we're expecting partly cloudy skies, although we could see some clear conditions as well, especially up there in Houghton. Those lows most likely in the 50s, although the upper 40s are possible as well. Here's a look at the current radar. As you can see, further to the east there, we do have some possible thunderstorms and rain showers, but I'll go over what's happening this weekend after the break.
All right, thanks, Air. Vice President Kamala Harris is campaigning in Wisconsin. Former President Trump returns tomorrow, and voters are already going to the polls in several states. Natalie Brand reports from Wilmington, Delaware.
Vice President Kamala Harris rallied in Wisconsin Friday night, her fourth visit to the battleground state since launching her White House bid this summer.
Your vote is your voice, and your voice is your power.
In Madison and earlier Friday in Atlanta, the vice president focused on the issue of abortion, citing Amber Nicole Thurman, a Georgia woman who died after a delay in receiving medical care. Harris has blamed the state's abortion ban.
Her doctors could have faced up to a decade in prison for providing Amber the care she needed. The doctors finally operated, and it was too late.
Meanwhile, Georgia's election board took a controversial step, voting 3-2 to require all counties to hand count ballots, despite bipartisan warnings that the new rule is likely unlawful. Last month, former President Donald Trump praised the work of the 3 election board members who voted for the rule.
3 people are all pit bulls fighting for honesty, transparency, and victory. They're fighting.
About 6 weeks ahead of Election Day, in-person voting kicked off in Virginia, where enthusiastic early voters couldn't wait to cast their ballots.
Our democracy, I feel, is at stake, and I am hoping to just get myself and others excited by coming out on the first day.
You want to make sure your vote counts, and you want to make sure you get it in. You know, you got to vote.
In South Dakota and Minnesota, early voters can drop off their absentee ballots in person. Former President Donald Trump will be back on the campaign trail Saturday with a rally in the battleground state of North Carolina.
The Michigan State Housing Development Authority is working to address homeless youth populations. The authority is giving out 52 housing vouchers totaling $600,000. The vouchers will target young Michiganders who have aged out of the foster care system and need help getting into stable housing. The director of out-of-home services says they looked specifically at how to help young people aging out of foster care in rural areas to help end homelessness across the state.
We looked at our 61 rural counties and looked at that number of youth, and so these 52 vouchers that we have will be able to be spread around the state proportionately to where our youth are experiencing homelessness, which would include our rural counties.
There's more about those vouchers and the initiative to end homelessness on our website and mobile news app. It's homecoming week at Northern Michigan University, and that means a homecoming parade. Dozens of student organizations marched up 3rd Street this evening to celebrate the annual tradition and mark the 125th anniversary of its founding in 1899. Sports teams, fraternal organizations, university clubs, and alumni then walked back down Front Street, ending up at the Dome. If you were wondering, a 125-year anniversary is called a quasquicentennial. This weekend, outdoorsmen and women can get all of their gear for the upcoming season in Escanaba. The Daily Press kicked off its 3rd annual UP Ice Fishing and Hunting Expo at the UP State Fairgrounds tonight. More than 70 vendors set up shop with hunting rifles and knives, trapping equipment, camping gear, fishing lures, and more. Downstate-based vendor Mike's Custom Rods drove about 7 hours for the expo, and the owner says it's a great networking opportunity.
The ice fishing down in the southern part of the state has slowed down quite a bit, and I had a lot of inventory selling some of that. Also, I'm going to get a hold of a couple of very large bait shops so I can supply them this year and next year. I like talking to people, you know, especially people that like to fish.
WZMQ 19 is, of course, a proud sponsor of the expo and will have a booth there through Sunday. Today, thrifty shoppers in Escanaba hunted for some great deals for a good cause. UP Health System Hospice held its 2nd annual rummage sale at New Life Church Community Center. All items were donated by community members, with most priced at $1. Proceeds from the rummage sale will benefit the Hospice Promise Foundation, which helps people in Delta County with end-of-life care costs.
People are so excited to donate and give, even if they can't do it monetarily. They're giving to the community, but then also it's a wonderful way to shop for new treasures and still support hospice patients and their families.
To date, UPHS Hospice has raised more than $100,000 for the Hospice Promise Foundation. For information on the hospice services or other ways to support the foundation, visit WZMQ19.com. Tonight, the Dickinson Conservation District hosted a wood burning, also known as a pyrography workshop, at Cowboy Lake Park. The event, led by the district forester, marks the 2nd annual gathering and drew 19 participants. That's nearly double from last year. The city of Kingsford provided the venue, and Walmart donated the supplies.
Thank everybody for coming out. This is why we do it. This is what it's all about. I'm really happy with the turnout, and we hope to continue to deliver for you guys. We're looking forward to doing a workshop on bat houses. So we're going to teach people how to construct and install bat houses. The purpose of this is to provide habitat.
The district will feature a booth at next weekend's Oktoberfest in Iron Mountain with an animal print activity for kids to try. Marquette has a new playground that will cater to kids of all ages. Kids Cove at Matson Lower Harbor Park opened its gates today, allowing the public to see this new all-inclusive playground for the first time. It's taken years of planning and extensive community involvement. The playground is built with advanced safety features, inclusive playground equipment, and a soft surface that's fun to walk on. Heidi Scherkes finally has a playground her son can thrive in.
To the new park. I love it. Love it. I have a kiddo with Down syndrome, and he's one of, I have 6 kids total. And we have yet to find a park where all my kids can play together at the same time.
The city plans a ribbon cutting ceremony during the grand opening sometime in October. Air has your first warning weather forecast coming up after the break. Plus, Americans are expected to eat a huge amount of chicken wings this football season. The numbers are expected to be in the billions. We'll be right back.
Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Who will be there when the final whistle blows? When the final votes have been cast? Who will be there when we need a warning or a laugh? Will you? Start a career in the broadcasting industry. Whether it's on air or behind the scenes, there's a world of opportunities waiting for you. Be there as history unfolds. Go to BeThereMichigan.com.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Looking out across the UP, you know it's a place worth fighting for, but it's a balance. Protect our economy and workers, and safeguard our way of life. That's why I support the Clean Water Plan to hold polluters accountable and protect our water. It's why I fought for mining and logging jobs, and I'll always stand up to my party when they're wrong. Now I'm working to make housing more affordable and make the UP energy independent, because my job is looking out for you.
Another thrilling week to play football. The NFL on CBS. Catch all of the action this week on WZMQ 19. This Sunday, the Miami Dolphins travel to Seattle to take on the Seahawks at 4:05. See you this Sunday for the NFL on WZMQ 19. Amy Doyle reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Now, award-winning WZMQ 19 First Warning Weather with Air Stasic.
We did have a few showers, well, definitely this afternoon and this morning. At the moment, we are seeing that clear out for the majority of the UP, although some thunderstorms still further in the eastern portions. We'll expect that, though, to dry out overnight. Here's our temperatures across the UP. We're looking at primarily 50s, although, as you can see, Ironwood could be in that upper 40 range, around 49 degrees. Clearer conditions as we get into the morning hours. That sunrise expected to be around 7:30 in the morning. Bright, beautiful sunshine here in Marquette. That temp, though, around 58 degrees, and then we'll see that creeping on up throughout the day. It's supposed to be a gorgeous one. I do want to mention we also have some chances of fog overnight into that morning. If you've got anywhere to travel, especially along Lake Michigan and the eastern portion of the UP, expect that visibility to be reduced, and even on the bridge there till around noon, down to 3.3 miles before it clears out. All right, Saturday, I mentioned we have some sunshine for the majority of our morning and day. A little bit of rain along that Wisconsin border there, and then we'll see those clouds kind of increasing and taking over in those early evening hours. A big storm situation possible for Florence County, and then some showers in the central locations as well as Baraga County, and then Iron Mountain could see another round moving in there, and then we've got this strip there along the Upper Peninsula and the west side before we see things kind of clear out. Now Sunday is gonna feel and look a lot different than Saturday because it is fall, y'all. Yep, official day of fall starts with some breezier conditions, gusts up to around 25 miles an hour, and then we've got chances of precipitation along with mostly cloudy skies, for the majority of the day. And as you can see, Newberry could see some thunderstorms there mid-morning. Afternoon, it looks a little bit messy further to the east here, especially in Chippewa and Mackinac counties. Clearing out for the west side there in the early evening hours of Sunday. Mostly clear skies like nothing ever happened for that Sunday night. Now, we've got NMU's homecoming continues this weekend. The parade was today. The tailgate party is tomorrow. Looks like beautiful conditions, a high of around 78. Lots of gorgeous sunshine before you head into the dome around 1 p.m. And then they've got activities on Sunday as well. So I mentioned we do have some fog. We've talked about that. Mostly sunny skies for the rest of us and some very lovely temperatures as we are seeing that seasonal switch. We've got Saturday, summer. It's going to feel like that as well. Sunday is definitely going to feel like fall with those temps dropping down, and then I'm going to say it, winter, it's only a few days away. Well, 92 days away. So mark your calendars for that. We'll be shoveling very soon. Here's a look at those temperature switches. Like I mentioned, very warm on Saturday and cooling down into next week. Your 7-day outlook is in 15 minutes.
All right, thanks, Sarah. The election is just 46 days away. The massive amounts of information online can make it difficult to know what's fact and what's not. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has some tips on how you can navigate the outpour of content this election season.
Every year, the amount of mis- and disinformation online increases, making it even harder to navigate the massive web of content on social media.
Some of the stuff that's out there in social media is just garbage, and it's on both sides. It's everywhere. It's pervasive.
Misinformation is published without knowing it's false, while disinformation is known to be false and published to deceive the audience. One of the easiest things you can do to make sure you stay on top of disinformation is to make sure you find trusted sources you can rely on.
On social media, it seems to be almost, if it's not anonymous, it's very close to it. And so it's not clear who's saying this.
Associate Professor of Journalism at MSU, Perry Parks, agrees. He says finding the faces you trust is key, whether it's national sources like PBS or NPR, or local papers and reporters.
Yes, we should always approach information skeptically, but we should recognize that there are entities around us whom we can more or less trust with information.
He explains that major online disinformation campaigns have caused real-life violence. Those real-world consequences are why it's so important to make sure you're getting your information from experts who are doing their best to provide facts in good faith and tracking information to its source when it seems off.
And it puts not just an intellectual but an emotional burden on people to say you can't trust anybody or anything.
Engler says it's all about making sure you have the right information to make the most informed decision at the ballot box this fall. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Allergy season is upon us, and this season is expected to be a doozy. 1 in 4 people deal with seasonal allergies every year. Susan Elizabeth Littlefield has more on what you can do to get some relief.
Even though things look ideal, this time of year, things can feel uncomfortable.
Well, some sneezing, watery eyes, itchy eyes.
Runny, stuffy nose, watery eye, neck itching a little bit.
The feeling of congestion.
Fall allergy, we have ragweed.
Dr. Pramod Kelkar says weeds are in full bloom.
We have a lot of patients with ragweed allergy causing stuffy nose, runny nose, sneezing, itchy eyes, watery eyes, red eyes. Even asthma can happen.
He says the summer weather is yielding some fall consequences. And we know we had a lot of rain.
Yes.
Could that mean more intense allergies?
Yes, because then you have a double trouble. You have ragweed plus mold.
He says this year, raking will be extra irritating.
So some people, what they do, they will take antihistamine like over-the-counter Zyrtec, Claritin, Allegra before they mow their lawn or rake the leaves. They might wear a mask. And most important, they can take a shower right after the gardening and all the work in the garden.
Can you kind of get ahead of allergies?
If you want to prevent allergies, best thing you can do is use the sinus rinse neti pot every day, shower every evening, because that way you can wash away all the allergens.
Those are a few ways to stay healthier on the inside so you can stay outside. You don't let allergies keep you inside, do you?
No, not at all. Not at all. Nope.
Football is back in full swing, and for millions of fans, that means feasting on chicken wings. Nancy Chen reports Americans will eat 32.5 billion chicken wings this year.
To learn how the traditional favorite is still breaking new ground, we traveled to Northwest Arkansas to visit one of the largest chicken producers in the world. This is the Discovery Center at Tyson Foods' global headquarters. Food scientist Valerie Gonzalez gave us a tour of some of their 19 test kitchens.
Was the wing always this popular?
The wing used to be a byproduct, almost even a throwaway part. But today, it's really grown to be just as an important piece of the chicken as is the breast meat.
To learn the best ways to make them, we met up with head chef Thomas Winrick.
How much innovation is there left in the world of chicken wings?
Well, the beautiful thing about chicken wings, right, is it's such a canvas for flavors from all around the world. So I think the possibilities of how we add flavor to wings is endless.
While the buffalo wing popularized the dish 60 years ago, Winrick says using international combinations like curry and yogurt are the newest trend. He calls air fryers a major game changer.
That convection air of an air fryer allows things to get a lot crispier and more like the experience you expect at a restaurant.
He also recommends prepping wings ahead of time and adding the sauce only after you get to the game to keep everything extra crispy.
At your tailgate, you can heat them back up on the grill, get some of that char flavor and warm them back up.
Some tips so every tailgate is a touchdown this football season.
Still to come on your 19 News at 11. Speaking of football, Mike has your high school highlights. We'll start with a close match between Negaunee and Kingsford. We're back in 2 minutes.
My passion is keeping the UP informed. After 30 years telling you about what's going on outside your house, I'm now running for state representative to keep you informed about what's going on in Lansing. We deserve a representative who will listen, learn, and lead on the issues that matter for the UP. I'll always put Peninsula over politics. With your vote, I'll work with anyone and everyone to bring clearer skies for Upper Peninsula families.
Room with a view. That's what you get with the powerful new Toyota Tundra.
The electrified iForce Max powertrain can deliver up to 437 horsepower.
And this was easy. 2400 can tow up to 12,000 pounds.
And it's got the best resale value in its class.
Now you can make room for a new 24 Tundra and get 3.99 APR financing for 72 months, $2,000 customer cash, or a low $449 a month lease.
Nobody knows trucks like Toyota. Let's go places.
So my name's Andrew Lovins. I'm a donor greeter at Goodwill in Marquette, Michigan. Goodwill has been the longest, steadiest job I've had ever. When I first moved to Marquette, I was kind of homeless and just got an apartment, and I was looking for jobs everywhere, and I just thought Goodwill would be the place for me. But Goodwill helped me a lot of different ways. I'm in good hands, and yeah, got a roof over my head, and that's all I care about.
Shop and donate to your local Goodwill.
My family's been in business for 70 plus years. We really needed to stress that this is not just a running store. Our running shoes are good for everybody.
It's about the people out in the community who are in the workforce. All those people really benefit from the proper footwear and structure that a running shoe can provide.
They might come in limping, almost like a miracle, walk out of here dancing. It's more than shoes. There's a caring that doesn't exist in a lot of businesses anymore.
Good evening, everyone. Negaunee and Kingsford have not played a lot of games against each other in high school football through the years. That's changed now since both are in the Westpac Copper Division. Negaunee edged the Flivers 13-12 a season ago. This year's matchup takes place at Fliver Field. We're going to pick up the action in the second quarter as Kingsford has a 7-0 lead. 3rd and 19 for the Flivers on the 47. Nick Navarra is sacked by Weston Yesney, forcing a Flivers punt. Negaunee would grab that punt and march downfield. Fullback Brock Bonovitz finds an opening, scores from about 5 yards. 2-point conversion good. Negaunee takes the lead 8-7. Miners kicking off to the Flivers. Couple of bounces, and it ends up in the hands of Gavin Grondin. And in the middle of the field, it was like a parade. He was there and nobody else was. Better part of 85 to 90 yards for the touchdown. 2-point good, 15-8 Flivers. The Miners would turn the ball over on downs. Nick Navarra will find Thomas Maynard behind the secondary. That's 22 yards for a touchdown. 22-8 Flivers. Negaunee almost came back and won, but Kingsford held on. 29-27. Flivers are 4-0. Miners are 3-1. Let's go to Marquette County. The Gwynn Model Towners entertaining Barker Harris, although I think Barker Harris did more of the entertaining in this one. Handoff to Troy Johnson, who will break free from an arm tackle at the 15, completing a 35-yard touchdown. 2-point conversion good, 8-0 Barker Harris. Model Towners try to get a drive going. Quarterback Carter Stansky finds Dane Wickstrom with a 14-yard pass, nicely done, but the drive would stall. Second quarter now, and the handoff will go to Christian Spear, and he is going to just break it outside and go down for about 32 yards. That would be inside the Gwynn 10. Troy Johnson scored again to make it 16-0 Broncos. Barker Harris gets the ball back. Handoff to Spear on 3rd and 5, and oh my goodness, here he comes, and there he goes. 50 yards, 24-0 Broncos at that point. Model Towners just could not get a drive going. Then Broncos quarterback Dominic Langtang will connect with Olin Johnson for a first down just outside the Gwynn 10. That led to a short TD pass from Langtang to Justin Bergquist. Broncos get the easy road victory tonight over Gwynn, 48-0. Let's go to the scoreboard if we can. Menominee racks up another victory, 48-6 over Calumet. It was Iron Mountain defeating West Iron County 49-14. Houghton 39, Westwood 8. Gladstone's on the board with a victory, 36-20 over Hancock. It was Manistee 43, Lance 8. Escanaba for homecoming all over Sault Ste. Marie 45-0. And poor Alpena just can't get anything going. Cadillac the winner tonight, 59-0. 8-player football, Ishpeming and Pickford. Well, this is probably a first-time matchup ever. Pickford took the opening kickoff downfield, no passing. Tommy Story, 5 yards for the touchdown. 2-point conversion, no good. Pickford up 6-0. Hematites first possession, 4th and 12 on the Panthers 35. Caden Luma is blitzed. His pass would fall incomplete, and Pickford would take over. And then Mr. Tommy Story would be back at work. He fakes with everybody going left. Story cuts right in front of us, and this one's going 65 yards for the touchdown. Story barreled in for the 2-point conversion, 14-0 Pickford. Move to the second quarter, and Ishpeming couldn't get anything going, and here comes Tommy Story again. Breaks to the second level easily. This one's good for about 50 yards and a touchdown. Gunnar Bennon ran in the conversion, 22-0 Panthers. On the ensuing kickoff, there goes Caden Luma. He found an opening thanks to his blockers. About 75 yards for the touchdown, 2-point good, but Ishpeming trailing 22-8. First Pickford play on its next possession. If you've heard this before, yeah, same story, Tommy Story. This run good for 50 yards to the Hematite 20. Pickford raises its record to 4-0 with a 65-14 victory. Ishpeming drops to 3-1. On the 8-player board, St. Ignace blanked Stevenson 38-0, Munising a forfeit victory over Brimley. Cedarville Detour and All Gray play tomorrow. It was Engadine 68, Mid-Peninsula 0, North Central 62, Rapid River 8, and Gogibic over Kearney NATO 84-6. Rudyard took care of Ontonagon 50-20, and Norway a road victory at Ironwood 60-14. Women's college soccer. Plenty of sunshine when the match started between NMU and top-ranked Grand Valley. Lakers had a couple of good chances in the first half. Allie French puts this one on with the left foot, but a diving save right there by Sally Patton clears it away. A few minutes later, here comes Grand Valley again, and it's Allie French again, driving to the middle of the pitch. Another shot, but Patton is there playing the angle well to make the save. Wildcats get an opportunity later in the half. Ashley Koch scoots along the goal line and lets it fly, but Caitlin Junk is there to deny the chance for Grand Valley. About 5 minutes left in the first half, and guess what showed up? Oh yeah, that's rain. Yeah, it looks like sleet. Really wasn't, but it was 0-0 at the half, and everybody had a chance to dry off. The rain stopped, and the next thing you know, Taylor Reed will get the ball to Ella Cliver for the Lakers, and she would put this one in. A lightning delay with about 13 and a half minutes left in the game, but the score did not change. Grand Valley leaves Marquette with a 1-0 win. On the scoreboard, Michigan Tech, 2 goals for Julia Pietala, and the Huskies defeat Davenport 2-1. GLIAC volleyball, Tech over Purdue Northwest 3-1. Megan Robbie 13 kills. Setter Allie Barlow a career-high 6 kills and 34 assists, and NMU took care of Parkside 3-0. Lake Superior State has already wrapped up its weekend, defeating Roosevelt 3-0. That's the new GLIAC team, and Saginaw Valley 3-0. Roy Griak Invitational Cross Country in Minneapolis. The Michigan Tech men were second. Sam Lang, the top runner, was 8th place. On the Tech women's side, they were 7th, and Sophia Ryan was 6th overall. And for NMU, the Wildcats were 8th with Maddie Szymanski finishing in 20th place. Baseball, quickly, Tigers, Orioles, not much to say about this. James McCann, former Tiger, had 2 home runs. Baltimore defeated Detroit 7-1. Minnesota beat Boston 4-2 in 12 innings. So the Twins lead the Tigers by 1 game for that final wild card spot with a tiebreaker to Minnesota as well. And we will be right back.
Looking for your next level in real estate? Look no further than Next Home Superior Living. Stephanie's not just any realtor. She's energetic, talented, equipped with the latest technology, and decades of experience to serve you better. At Next Home Superior Living, we're not just selling homes, we're guiding clients and customers throughout the entire transaction. That's Stephanie Jones of Next Home. Visit stephaniesells.com and let her work with you for your next home. Don't settle for ordinary. Choose Next Home Superior Living for your extraordinary real estate journey.
Tonight, would you like a rematch?
That's why I came here.
Colbert's got Steph Curry plus Senator Mark Kelly tonight on CBS.
Itch, itch, scratch, must not itch.
Stop the itch sanity with Cortisone 10 for bug bites, poison ivy, and other itches. Cortisone 10 is #1 doctor recommended. It works fast and lasts for hours. Cortisone 10.
It'll be raining cats and dogs again. Time to waterproof with Gorilla.
Waterproof with Gorilla?
Yeah!
Gorilla Waterproof Patch and Seal.
Of course.
Spray it, tape it, spread it, brush it to stop and prevent leaks. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
I'm Melissa Slotkin, and I'm running to be your next U.S. Senator. My life in public service started on 9/11.
I joined the CIA and served 3 tours in Iraq alongside our military. I came back to work in the White House for 2 presidents, 1 Democrat, 1 Republican, serving whoever was my commander-in-chief. For me, service is not about partisanship. It's about doing what's right to protect our country. I approve this message because I refuse to let politics split us apart. When we work together, there's no problem we can't solve.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law. How to raise children. Get out of here!
Door tap.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
See what's bothering Archie on All in the Family.
Sundays from 8 to 10 on WZMQ Me TV.
Temperatures right now in the 60s. Those winds are fairly calm, but expect them to pick up this weekend. If we look at Blade's bait and tackle fishing forecast down in Little Bay, Denok and Escanaba, we're looking at a high of around 74. Temperatures around 60, 62 till around noon when those temps kick up, hence these yellow fish out there representing that we've got more sunshine and those warmer temperatures on the way. If you're looking to go to the farmers market in Iron Mountain, things will start with some cloudy skies, clearing out to mostly sunny skies there, around 77 by the time that farmers market is over. And then Escanaba, similar conditions with lots of very warm summer sunshine. And just a reminder, we're switching over this weekend to fall, y'all. So we've got some patchy fog possible in the morning, though, in Escanaba for that ice fishing and hunting expo. Temperatures definitely dipping down on Sunday with chances of showers and possibly thunderstorms.
Thanks, Aaron. And finally tonight, tiny flippers churn the sand as newly hatched sea turtles emerge from their nests on a Mombasa beach, beginning a perilous journey to the ocean. Nearby conservationists watched attentively, ready to assist the endangered hatchlings in their crucial first moments of life. The volunteers carefully guided the baby turtles, each no bigger than a palm, ensuring they safely navigated the short but treacherous path to the water. The waves then swept over the determined infants, soon to grow into the ancient creatures that have inhabited Earth's oceans for millions of years. Sea turtles play a vital role in maintaining healthy marine ecosystems, contributing to the well-being of sea grass beds and coral reefs. Their potential extinction that could have far-reaching consequences for ocean biodiversity and ultimately human life.
I'm sorry. They are so cute, and they look like those wind-up toys when they're moving to the water.
They do move pretty funny when they're young. All right, that's all we have for you folks. Have a great weekend.
"19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
The wandering son returns. The older brother, who's been away from the family for over 1,000 days, is back. A little bolder, more sophisticated, stronger yet leaner. The all-new Land Cruiser resumes its place along